Hello, Hope Voyagers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and most importantly, Happy New Year. So, we are so excited and we are thankful to God that we made it to yet another year. And definitely, 2025 has so much for us, and we are so grateful to God for this year. With me, I have someone very amazing starting up this podcast with us in the year 2025. It's going to be an amazing journey. So, I want her to speak for herself and say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, so it's a very quick one because this is our intro for the year, and we really want to charge everybody up because you all have to be in the journey with Christ. So I'll make it very fast, and our beloved sister Jane is going to walk through it. Also, grab your AirPod, your earpiece, everything you can really get attuned with what is being said here. Okay, so let's dive in. Hello. So, how are you today?
Well, I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. So I know you will wonder what exactly is going on. Well, it's a little space that we're actually doing this, but we are grateful to God that we are doing something to the glory of God. And definitely we thank God because wherever two or three are gathered in his name, he's with us. And we are going to just dive in into it. So, Ma'am Jim, I really want to ask you a few questions. This is the beginning of a new year, and a lot of persons are like, oh, 2024 was really a year. How am I going to start this 2025? Trusting in God and really making Him start this journey in a new year with me.
All right. Yeah. So really, 2024 was a year. A year was hard. Okay. So for starting a new year, generally, not generally now. What I think is that you have to take stock of the previous year. You have to know um what you did wrong, what you did right, and how to proceed from there. I think that's a good way to start the new year. So you don't just bump into a new year. You have to be prepared for it, for the journey. So you don't just stroll into it and just walk casually into a new year. So you have to really be prepared for a new year.
Thank you so much for that. That was really insightful. Take stock, take inventory, your losses, your wins, and every other thing and how it went. Now, what way can you tell us that we should position ourselves? Because one thing I've heard is that time and chance. I think I've been hearing it the beginning of this year. Opportunities come, those chances come, but because you are not really ready, you are not positioned. It's most times slip away, or most times take us unaware. So, what do you have to say for people positioning, even as you're walking through with God, even as you're trusting, putting faith, hope, and a lot of things in your heart as regards your life and any general thing that has to do with you?
Okay, so for preparing, and what I would like to say is one way you can prepare is to know your journey, to know where you're going to. If you don't know where you're going to, you won't know how to prepare. So one thing for me is know what exactly it is that I want to happen to me in this new year or happen for me in the new year. So that should be a pointer to how you prepare. If you're going on a long trip, it's expected that you take a bigger box, a bigger bag. But if you're just going to spend, let's say 3 weeks, the kind of bag you're going to take for that journey is going to be different. So first you need to understand your journey. You need to understand, okay, so where am I going? Where do I want this new year to take me to, or where do I want the new year to take me to? So first understand your journey. After having understood your journey, I would say you need God. Of course, God is the beginning and everything. So having understood your journey, ask questions. And I believe God also puts people in our path for every venture. So ask God, who are these people you're setting in my path for this new year? What do you want me to do with them? How do you want me to do it with them? That's how you prepare. So I believe that God brings people into our lives as a way of preparation. So when you recognize those people, then you can know. So, some of those people, they might just say a word to you. Sometimes they might just give you a book, and then you know you read that book, and it just changes the direction of your life forever. So majorly, I think those two ways: know your journey, ask God, and trust Him for the instruction He gives. That's all.
Wow, that's really amazing. Thank you so much for that. One thing that I think for me last year that I'm taking in is at every junction. I think previously I used to do things haphazardly, but at every junction I'll pray. I say, God, I'm getting this nudge to do this. Is he really? Let's understand. Just like you said, it's always good to involve God. Another thing that I think most persons, because I'd seen it like a lot of time play in the youth, because I did our analysis for last year. A lot of persons are between the ages of 20 through 30. I think most persons at that age taking that step because in journey, you are always, the uncertainty is there, the no clarity as regards should I not stepping on the water. What word do you feel like hold on to it even as you run through the year? Because there are some things that challenges that will be posed or tossed at you. There are some things that you'll be like, if I step, won't I die? I know a lot of times you'll be like, there's nothing new, but you are seeing that, but you have gotten all the verification, you have gotten all the clicks to move, but still yet you are still not certain. The fear is there. You know, you have read, you have prayed. What will you say to people in that shoe? Because this is a journey. This 2025, a lot of things will definitely happen that will make you want to launch into all God has for you, launch into all God has, because God has planned a lot for it. The blueprint is already, it has already been formed before we even got to 2025. So what do you have to say, like, as regards that?
Okay, thank you so much. Um, for me, I would like to say that in a bid to get clarity, don't overdo it. What I'm trying to say is, sometimes we are so concerned about getting it right. I'm not saying just move into it. We're so concerned about getting it right that we refuse to move. So you're afraid, like, am I sure this is the right? Let me just sit down. I don't think this is the right thing to do. So in a bid to get it right, don't don't not start your journey because you want to be sure that you're on the right path, and you just decide, you know what, till I am sure I'm not moving anyway. And then I've come to realize that when we journey with God, of course, we have a lot of catching up to do in terms of thinking like God and all those. So imagine that God gives you a picture of your life and He says, "Oh, Jane, this is what's going to happen in your life from age 0 to age 30." I don't think I would want to be alive because some of those things would be scary to me. And then, and he says, okay, this is what you have to do all through your life. I wouldn't want to embark on that journey because I'm seeing something that is bigger than I am, and I'm just afraid of taking the journey. So, what I would advise is, see, if you're moving with God, trust and obey. Trust and obey. So if God is saying, okay, let's just climb this staircase, you might not know what He wants to what is on the topmost staircase, but just take a step with Him. So I'll just say a little here, a little there. So you don't have to have the big picture. You don't have to, everything must not be perfect, quote and unquote, for you to move. That is where faith comes in. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So if we feel like, oh God, if I don't have the big picture, I'm not going to move, we're never going to move. And fear is, I like that definition of fear, that fear is false evidence appearing real. It might not be as serious as it appears. So fear just makes it it exaggerates it for you, like, it's bigger than this. But in the real sense of it, it is not. So it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be it's not even okay to be afraid. Actually, fear is not of God. Fear is not of God. So it's not okay to be afraid. Fear is not of God. So ask God. If you're moving with God, I think that is the game changer. If God is on your side, if God is on your side, that's the game changer for me. Yeah.
Key nugget for me. Have God on your side. Move with God. And one key thing that just struck my heart is that in physics, they will tell you that a mirage is something that looks as though it's close, but each time you keep going close to it, it keep going. It keep going. So this year, don't make those project, those plans God have in your heart to keep looking like a mirage to you. That you keep going, it's going to the fall, it's going. So move. As long as you're working with God and God is on your side. All right, lastly, this is our beginning episode. So we'll make it as quick as possible just so you get ready for the year. Lastly, 2025. Most times I use some very funny numerics. Like, well, before we got to 2020, I was using for my passcode. Now I'm doing another one. I'm not going to say, well, you come and collect my money, but it's okay. Let me just keep it in my heart. Now we are in 2025. What one word would you say to every Christian out there, every believer, even those that are not yet a Christian that might have come across this podcast in the year 2025? Your journey with God, your journey of faith, your journey of hope with God. What do you have to say to every sector category of person that will come across this podcast?
Okay, yeah, that's quite interesting. What I would like to say is that Jesus went through the whole journey for you. I mean, it's that simple, but it's actually the is the summary of our lives, is the summary of our walk with God. That God is much, 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 so much interested in you than you could ever imagine. He is so much interested in you. And you might never be able to capture this in your heart, but just know that God is so much interested in you. Imagine that the King of all the earth, the King of all kings, is interested in you. So that's just it, that God is interested in me much more than I can ever imagine. So that's it. God is interested in you.
You heard it right, people. God is interested in you. And this is a wrap, guys. For the beginning of 2025, we are just getting started. So do well to like, share with a friend, and keep up the faith in Christ because He's always in the journey with you. He has never left you and He will never leave you. Thank you so much, guys. Do have a blessed year ahead. Bye.